Today's adventure begins here on Highway 192, Kissimmee, Florida. As the recording of this, it is the 89th birthday of the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley himself, pictured up there in our artistic form and artistic representation of the king side of this gift shop right here. And I love me some Elvis. Got a little bit of a tie-in since I was born in Tupelo. Wasn't able to be in Tupelo today, so I'm gonna do the next best thing. Drive around Central Florida. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here as the recording of this Monday, January 8th, 2023. World of Micah, also here, massive Elvis fan, historian, self-proclaimed aficionado.
Yeah, I'll take that.
But you have the Elvis in concert jacket going on.
From Graceland. This is a replica of the ones that the guys in his Memphis Mafia, the road crew, would wear. He didn't want people really wearing name tags or badges, so he gave them flashy suits to wear, and the concert goers knew they were, you know, they belonged.
One day I'm going to get a TCB tattoo. I'm going to take care of some business.
I will too.
I don't know when it's going to be.
Me either.
But one day, in a perfect world, I would love to get a TCB tattoo in Tupelo, where I was born, where Elvis was born. But I don't know if I don't know when or if that will happen anytime in the near future, but one day. Our friend Dennis just got a TCB tattoo.
He did. He sent it to me. And I thought, wow.
He sent you the actual tattoo?
Yeah.
He sent you a photo.
A photo, not the actual.
I thought he peeled the skin off and like mailed it. Yeah.
Sent it to me in the mail.
Of the three of us, he beat us to it.
He did.
And
two Mississippi boys failed.
So what we're going to do today is look at this interesting version here. Micah also knows a couple other spots that there is some little Elvis action around town, and we're going to go to the replica of Graceland. Which is over in, I almost said Pine Hills. Pine Hills.
Near Pine Hills area, yeah.
That's the nickname some of the locals call Pine Hills around here. We're going to go to that section, and we're not going to go to the real Graceland today, which you were just in Memphis and Tupelo. Be on the lookout for Micah's Inside Graceland video on World of Micah. Coming soon? Coming soon,
yeah. They don't let you film at Graceland. So I have to do this like post-trip voiceover thing.
Yeah.
They don't let you film there. So.
You know where they will let you film from the road though?
The replica.
You can always film from the road. You can film from the road at Graceland too.
Yeah, you can. You can film from the road there. But yeah, it's weird.
It's a long intro, Micah.
All things for the king. He would have been 89.
89? Next year will be his 90th.
I know. Just the fact that I could potentially be around when we're celebrating 100 years of Elvis.
You'll be around. You'll be here.
That's kind of crazy,
I
man.
might not be here.
You'll be here.
All right,
we'll be here right here at the same time doing this same thing.
All right, I'm inviting you to join me and World of Micah.
Shall you?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Holy cow, I just realized I said 2023 in the intro. I said it was July 8th, 2023, but really it's January 8th, 2024. We're also going to go to Chewy's because Chewy's, ooh, classic car over there. Chewy's really honors the king of rock and roll quite a bit, so we're going to go to a Chewy's. So I got the date. I missaid the date twice in the intro. It's Monday, January 8th, 2024. Happy birthday to the king. Also going to step into Old Town, right across from where that mural just was, where over here there is a shop that has a lot of kind of vintage, you know, 50s, 60s era nostalgic things as well. And there's a lot of Elvis stuff in that shop as well. It's been around for a long time. They were at one location and they kind of moved to another one. They've been in the current spot for a while, but they just have a lot of kind of like hot rod stuff and classic car stuff. They have a lot of Maryland stuff, but also they have a lot of the King stuff scattered through here as well. So wanted to kind of showcase this. Not a ton of Elvis stuff in Central Florida, but there is some in the general vicinity. We're going to try to find as much as we can throughout the course of the day, but wanted to stop off here at Old Town Kissimmee to show off that. And you also get your fortune read by the man himself. Yeah, still after all this time, he's still around, reading fortunes, telling the future Elvis is still kicking all these years later. All right, gonna head away from here. Gonna look at the Vomitron spinning around even this early, and then we're gonna head closer towards downtown Orlando and over to Pine Hills and a couple other spots. Cruising along in the World of Micah mobile right now. Got a couple pair of Elvis sunglasses up here along for the ride. No Big the Foot here, but we got the little Elvis glasses.
I picked those up in Memphis.
You got those in Memphis?
I think every time I go to Memphis, I buy a pair of Elvis glasses. I don't know why. I have other pairs at the house.
We made it over to the Ronald Blocker Ave. Right up here is the Bob Carr Theater, where Elvis performed twice, 55 and 56.
Yep. On the Hank Snow All-Star Jamboree. He was on tour with Hank Snow at the time. That's kind of how he found Colonel Tom Parker. He was Hank Snow's manager as well.
It would have been amazing to see Elvis 2 years in a row in the same spot if he lived in Orlando. This is evidently where the stage is here. I think a lot of the building has been renovated since the mid-50s. Let's see what we can find. Hey, that brick looks pretty dated there. There's a couple photos as well, a couple photos online of him in here as well. I think a couple of them are in front of like a brick facade like this. And obviously this was taken inside, but you can kind of see how it's the some kind of similar brick as what is here now. Where do you think the loading door was?
Right back here, probably. If I had to guess.
Because this is all original.
Here, to that door. And this is like the original brick. There's photographs of Elvis standing in front of brick that looks just like this, probably on the inside. But I think that's the actual auditorium right there, wouldn't you say, Adam?
Yeah, because that's like definitely a lot wider, so probably the stage was back in there.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to load in up those stairs though.
I know.
This was probably the load-in door.
Could be. Could very well be.
It's like Elvis walking right through this door.
Scotty,
Gonna
Bill.
perform. And then a year later, the same one. And there's probably like a place you could just pull up. It's all been renovated. You could probably just pull right up to the side there.
Right.
Load the stuff in.
It was like in August when they returned. May and then August of 50.
May of 55 and then August of 56.
Yeah. Yeah, May 11th, 1955, and I believe August 6th, 1956. Or August 8th.
1955. Here's the ticket booth. No refunds or exchanges. You cannot get your money back from the Elvis concert. And there are papers all over the ground. I'm gonna peek in the window here. Doesn't look like this whole lobby area is being really utilized. I also never realized that Bob Carr was the mayor. It's Mayor Bob Carr Theater, stated there. Look at this whole glass partition in the front. The glass part's new?
Yeah, the old entrance is in there, in the lobby.
Okay.
Maybe see it through here.
So the old entrance is in the lobby.
Yeah, there it is. See, the brick is the same.
Oh,
brick
there
as
it
the
is,
glass.
yeah. I never realized that Bob Carr was the name of the mayor.
Me either. Adam and I decided to discover Bob Carr is the mayor, was the mayor, and the entrance, the old
Look at this
entrance is,
carpet.
like in here, you can see.
Really tough to see and kind of shaded out with the glare on the window, but that's the original entrance before they built the extension on with the glass. That's pretty awesome. I've never peeked in this window before. I've never been to the Bob Carr before. Oh, that's right through there. You can also see the reflection of downtown Orlando as well. Of course, I was zoomed in. know if this building is even being utilized anymore, truthfully. You got the lights on, but it is in disarray in there. I don't think this building's used anymore.
It's not. It was like a trespass thing in there.
They got signs up saying no one's allowed entry into the building. A real estate sign. Parking lot's just kind of sitting here. They got it stanchioned off over here. Micah was just looking up some photos of Elvis out here hanging out in the parking lot with some girls. You know, this right here, if this is the parking lot, maybe the load-in door was over here, or maybe this was the load-in door on the other side. And you can see they bricked this over. There might have been one there as well. This is a completely new building here. See where the original building was right there, so another load-in door on this side. All right, at that time it was not called the Bob Car, it was called the Orlando Municipal Auditorium, the Muni Audi. Micah was saying is referred to as. Micah has a photo of the Continental Mark II that he was here touring in. Where'd you see that car? Was that a Graceland?
That's a Graceland, yeah. 1956.
And I found an article from 56. What was the date he was here in 56?
So that would have been August 8th, 1956.
So I found an article from the Orlando Evening Star from August 9th the next day. Yeah, this is date stamped August 9th of 56. So I'm guessing that photo there was probably inside. But it says here that some of the girls were trying to meet him were at the wrong door. So I guess they were thinking there was a load-in door, and he went out the other load-in door. But it talks about the car Micah just was at Graceland and saw. Most of Orlando's younger generation viewed the nation's best-known spastic case last night, like teenagers everywhere. Goodbye, Elvis, quote, for longingly called one heartthrob who waited at the wrong door the Municipal Auditorium for an autograph on her 50-cent program. Elvis couldn't hear her as he tooled his white Mark II Continental behind the police escort, but he knew she was there with many other ardent fans. He was at least temporarily on top of the world of show business. I think probably a little more than temporarily. There was so much folding green in his swaying hip pockets for good reason. Elvis packed 6,500 people were on hand for his two shows, so I guess maybe 3,200 each. Yeah, it would be interesting. You could probably get confused on which entrance.
I just said that, like, my video, this side, the other side, who knew where he was going to come out at?
So, there were 6,500 people at both shows, so I'm guessing 3,200 people fit. And the second show, he showed up an hour and 20 minutes late.
Wow.
Fashionably late. Elvis has left the building. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much.
May of 1978, they renamed it the Bob Car.
May of 78.
Yep. A year after Elvis had died. Almost.
Man, you're an Orlando resident. You're waiting out here in hopes of locking lips with the king of rock and roll. And he's on the other side.
He's on the other side.
Making out with some other girl.
Dude.
And you're right, you're like, dang it, he's driving off over there in his Mark II.
I just want a fist bump of the king.
You don't want to lock lips with the king? You ever seen True Romance?
Yes.
The whole opening scene in True Romance was Slater's talking about Elvis.
Yeah.
And how he would, with no one else he would do certain things, but with the king, he knew what to Elvis.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, yes, that movie. I'm not on that level, but...
And actually that bit that Slater does is a Tarantino bit from another movie that Tarantino did.
Really?
So the dialogue was done twice. I think. City of Orlando, City Beautiful. There's the parking lot. All right, we made it over to Highland Oaks Drive. A little truck parked out front here, in front of the replica of Graceland, here in the greater Orlando area, the suburbs of Orlando. Pine Hills, I believe to be exact. And take a look, the gate over here just so happens to be open. Now I was looking online, I found a few articles. This place was built in 1980, 1981-ish. I'd say 1980, but it has the gates of Graceland. Followed him up to the gates of Graceland and watched him walk right through. And even though it is well into December, or not December, but into I can't get my dates right, into January, early January, you know, the Christmas season is kind of bleeding into the new year. They still have the Christmas decor up as well. Yeah, you take a look there, it's got it's just like the real Graceland. It has Elvis there playing the guitar, it has the music notes. Looks like there's somebody doing some work in the yard, so just gonna stay here on the sidewalk itself. Got a stretched limo out front. I believe originally this was built by someone who really wanted, and was a big fan of Elvis, but I think the house has been sold since then. Got the gates here. Yeah, and the pool's around the back, not on the side.
Yeah, the pool's in the back. It's a guitar shaped instead of the kidney shaped pool, like at Graceland. That's Elvis's bedroom if you're looking at Graceland. And then over here is the meditation garden, which is where Elvis and the family are buried. So.
And it's not on the side of a hill here.
Nope.
Not as hilly here as it is in Memphis.
And no one signed the gates here like they do in
That's
Memphis.
true, yeah. And there's a little bit different wall. This is like an open air wall.
Yeah.
Where instead of having the one like this.
This is green, greenish.
It's neat that they left this like this.
No, people sign it out in Graceland.
People signed everything out there.
Oh yeah. I'm one of those.
My name's on the wall out there in Graceland too. Don't want to do that here.
No.
All right, gonna change out my regular glasses that are kind of falling apart for the couple pair of Elvis glasses we had on the dashboard. We're in front of the house, but you might as well, right? Yeah, this is more like it. Look at that, you got the house back there. I like it very much. I like it. It almost feels like we're in Memphis right now.
It does.
We're walking in Memphis.
If you sent someone a selfie of you in front of this gate, they would think you were there.
And you got the sideburns.
Yeah, I do. Just got a
What
big
about
fan.
you, sideburns?
What about you, sideburns?
No milk will ever be our milk.
What about you, sideburns? Rather have beef.
Yeah, they even have the, there you go, right about there, that's good. It's hard to do it while holding the camera. Oh yeah, it does have the lions up front.
Yeah.
But Micah was noticing too, and now he says that, I kind of noticed that the house is a little more elongated here. So this actually might be a little bit bigger.
It is. Graceland's a little more taller in the front way there, but it's a little skinnier with the pillars. But the actual house itself is pretty close. Oh, they're pulling in.
Now there it is, Highland Oaks Drive. There's where we're standing, the blue dot. And then there, the pool in the back looks just like a guitar. Pretty dang cool. How weird is it for you, because you were just at Graceland, what, a week ago?
Yeah.
The real Graceland? I mean, I've been there a bunch of times, but it's been a couple years since I was there. But you were just there a week ago.
Yeah, just a week ago.
Do you have a really good comparison of what it was like there versus
Fresh
here?
on my memory, so I can point every little thing out.
Yeah.
But
Right here,
cool.
right here at the end of the cul-de-sac.
A lot quieter out here than Memphis, Elvis Presley Boulevard, when you're trying to...
A little quieter. That was when he passed away, which was in August 16th?
1977.
77, 3 years after I was born. That was the road that everyone lined up, Elvis Presley Boulevard, everybody lined up on outside the house when they brought him out of the house, out down the road. Out of what had been, so in Memphis, there aren't two gates. There's two gates, In Memphis, it's the gate on the left over there, the one that's open. But here they've put 2 gates. But that's where the ambulance would have pulled out, right, and gone down the road?
To his first resting place, and then they moved the body later on. After so many threats, Vernon got nervous and went ahead and moved him and Gladys both at Graceland. And if you go out to the meditation garden, there's a big statue. I think it's of Jesus, like this, and it says Presley on it.
That's his mom's old statue.
His mom. You can see it at the funeral of her.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right. We'll go to Chewy's?
Let's do it.
Is that the next spot, or is that it?
Yes, yeah.
We're going to go by 2 Chewy's. We're going to go by the iDrive Chewy's and show the big bust of Elvis. And then we're going to go by one that has a little bit of a shrine to Elvis over on 192, closest celebration. Chewy's, it goes hand in hand with Elvis. All right, here's an article I found as well, also in the Orlando Sentinel from the year 2000. That shows part of Florida's Graceland is fit for a king. You can see that it still looks the same with the same entryway gates and everything. And there's a picture of the pool and the hot tub back there in that backyard. All right, heading over to iDrive now. All right, we made a short little commute over to International Drive to where there used to be a strip mall right here. It used to be located behind a haunted attraction called Skull Kingdom. In fact, Wet n Wild Water Park used to be right over there where those hotels are. But right in here used to be the Orlando Elvis Museum. It opened in 1984. A couple articles online. I found a couple newspaper articles. It was located right here. In fact, a couple of the airplanes that are now at Graceland used to be right here in this little section. Did you find something?
The only promo I've ever seen of it. There it is. 5931 American Way, across from Wet n Wild. His piano from Graceland from 57 to 74. His bed from his Beverly Hills home. His last Cadillac. His original birth records.
You get a free Elvis button if you showed up.
Yep.
This article is from the Miami Herald, which Miami's like 3 or 4 hours south of here. They're talking about this is from 1984. Orlando gives Elvis a museum fit for a king. And this is where it said that on most days 200 people would file through a narrow turnstile to worship at the shrine of the king. Outside the museum is one of 3 private jets Elvis owned. Inside, behind the t-shirts and pillows and buttons, say stolen from the Elvis Presley Museum are random remnants of one man's life. I wonder which 3 airplanes it would have probably been. The helmet he wore in Viva Las Vegas. So you were talking about the bed he had in Memphis, but there's also one. So evidently that was the bed that when his family moved from Tupelo to Memphis, according to this article. Jimmy Velvet was the one that started it. Velvet Auto Museum.
He looks like he could be my dad.
Is that Jimmy Elvis? Or Jimmy Velvet?
Yeah, with my jacket on that I'm wearing right now.
Another article from the Orlando Sentinel in '87. The Orlando Elvis Museum is filled with testimonials to Elvis' generosity. Gave away pianos, swag lamps, scarves, tender loving care, lightning bolt necklaces, TLC necklaces, and TCB lightning bolt necklaces to his male buddies. The Guys Club. Letter of authenticity and plaques describing the museum are testimonials to everyone loved to be associated with or have a piece of the king. The race car from Spin Out was donated by someone, even though he knew it would be submerged in muddy waters because he wanted Elvis to use his car. It sits at the end of a bland shopping strip just down the street from Wet n Wild. There is little indication on this iDrive sprawl of the museum as there other than a large picture of Elvis in the front window. Wet n Wild is definitely busier. And both are now gone. Here's one of the very few photos I could find from inside of the Velvet Auto Museum cars that were inside the Elvis Orlando Museum here on iDrive. Right there you see that car, one of the Cadillacs. And that was right here where we're standing. This old image from '84. So this building is still here. That's an IHOP now. And then where the Elvis Museum was right there. But that building is still there. If you got to go back to the mid-'80s on some of the old aerial images. There's the IHOP. right over there. Right here in this little berm area. So there were a couple of planes that are now at Graceland. Were parked right here. In '84 up into the probably late '80s, early '90s. Right in here. I love this classic thing. Which of the airplanes do you think that they had here?
I want to say it was the Lisa Marie.
The Lisa Marie?
The Hound Dog. It might have been the Hound Dog, a smaller jet. Oh, that Pet Shop Boys
yeah.
video. And Steve Martin movie.
Parenthood. Parenthood. Yeah, the Pet Shop music video was filmed at Wet n Wild, which used to be over there. So you could kind of look up.
It looks like the International Hotel, like the rooms where they were set up.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Elvis's suite up there at the top. Kind of reminds me of something from Vegas, right?
It's pretty neat to think about, though, that the museum was here and you got those planes that are now at Graceland across the street of Elvis Presley Boulevard. And they were transported out here. You have transportation vehicle pulled in here, towed them off. And even the strip mall is erased from existence. And then Skull Kingdom, which was a haunted attraction, 365 haunted attraction, was right there next to that side of the building, between that billboard and the building. You could see it from I-Drive when you drive down I-Drive. You can see the pull in where you go to the strip mall that way. All right, just kind of cruising along I-4. It's a little backed up. Running kind of parallel. The other side of the road is International Drive, just past the sign there. So we're heading over to the Chewy's on Highway 192 in close proximity to Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville, the resort that used to be Splendid China. It's going to be over near there. Before heading over there, we stopped by the Chewy's here on I-Drive, which doesn't have as much Elvis stuff as the one we're going to. That's why we wanted to eat at the one over on 192. But they do have a huge Elvis bus, which we can put our glasses on. We got the huge Elvis bus photo for posterity as well. And we'll see what they have going on at the one over on 192 also, but want to stop by this one first. So we're doing two Chewy's, correlation between Chewy's and Elvis. Gotta love this I-4 traffic. Into the Chewy's here on Highway 192. I definitely when it comes to the Elvis paraphernalia that is inside, they definitely have a lot more than the International Drive. So I am team Chewy's when it comes to Elvis. Even though I like the one on I-Drive, they definitely have a heck of a lot more. They have like a little shrine when you're kind of walking into Elvis that they do not have at the one over on International Drive. So if you're looking for your Elvis fix, definitely I'd say the one out of the two is to go to the one on Highway 192. And they used to do a lot of special stuff on his birthday in all the different Chewy's, but for some reason the ones in Florida, they don't really like embrace it as much as they used to it. And we got the creamy, what is that called? Creamy jalapeno. Creamy jalapeno. That's good. You're gonna have one, you got another one coming for me. You got the salsa, yep. You got the chips. I seem to recall at one time if you dressed up like Elvis, or I think you dress up like Elvis, or
on his birthday, I think.
On his birthday. Today's his birthday though.
Yeah.
If you dress up like Elvis, you got like a free meal or something.
Yeah,
they don't do that anymore.
No.
They do have the King's Punch, however, but they do not have, heck, these go with everything. Yeah, they got rid of the thing where if you dress up like Elvis, you got the free meal. All right. Yes. There we go. Right there. They're dressed up as Elvis. They got the meal right there. Very nice. Got the jumpsuit. Thank you. Yeah, jump in there.
I love the jailhouse rock. I gotta tell you, that's my mother, that's my daughter.
Oh, that's awesome. And I did not go with the Elvis Presley special, but I went with the Big As Yo Face burrito, and that's what it's called on the menu. And it's basically, I got the green sauce, the cheese, the rice. I got the ground beef down in there. And then Micah ended up getting the Big As Yo Face bean burrito.
Yeah, it's just bean and cheese with queso on top.
And on the way out, I missed something on the way in. They had a little kind of table up front that had more Elvis stuff. And it looks like it might rain. Nightfall's about to rear its head. It's like cloudy outside. All right, back home now. I am going to watch the Elvis Presley movie. Came out in 22. Seen it once or twice, but I figured today is a good day to check it out on Elvis's birthday. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.